Ion.
All right, we are back for another episode of Hell, I Don't Know.
Hell, I don't know.
Because I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
What's
That's
going on?
cute. I love that.
Wait, guys, we're in a new location.
We are.
Location.
Nikki, where are we?
Are we supposed to say where we are?
Oh, I don't care. We're in upstate New York in a cottage doing some bonding.
What's funny is that when you said we're in a new location, that made it seem so exotic. And like, and we're in upstate New York. No, but it's cute though.
Yeah, it's really cute. I like this. It feels homey.
Yeah, I come. What are you doing over there?
What?
Making all kind of noises for no reason.
Honestly, I'm just living my best life. The energy that was escaping my body at that time wanted me to pat my legs, and so that's what I did. You gotta listen to the energy within your body sometimes.
Okay.
What if they're wearing headphones?
Then we do unfiltered content over here. So we do raw, unfiltered content. So
Sorry, this has been derailed. My bad, Jordan.
No, you're fine. First, we're going to do mental check-ins.
beautiful.
How's everyone feeling?
Well, I feel amazing right now.
I wonder why. Not kidding.
The joke is that I'm high.
What? Not admitting. Wow.
Listen, baby, it's 2024. Living your truth. Okay.
Not a drug addict. Wow.
No, but I am doing great. I had a great session with my therapist yesterday morning, and he touched on some things as well as gave me as well as gave me some truth that I had been seeking within myself, and I got it validated. Yeah, I feel great. I feel like March is the beginning of a new month, and I'm excited to just like,
Oh, it is March 1st.
It is
Happy March 1st.
Happy March 1st.
I mean, people will probably hear this episode on like March 7th or 8th, but it's fine.
Whatever. Well, it's
welcome to March
1st today. And so, yeah, I feel like I'm ready to like, I have so many things I want to do this month and like to propel and move my life forward. And I'm so excited to do it because I know I'm going to do it. And yeah.
That's exciting.
It is very exciting. Yeah, thank you.
We love new month, new beginnings, fresh starts.
New month, new beginnings.
Nikki, you feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. This is the kickoff to a very heavy travel month for me.
You're on tour.
I'm not even an artist, but
that's not true.
I mean,
I think that's literally the point of the podcast.
Yeah,
so I think
that's
you
true.
are.
That's true. But I only have 5 days in New York City for the entire month of March into the second week of April. So my therapist and I are talking today because I feel like I'm burning.
All this therapy. Love this.
Beautiful.
We need it. But yeah, we're talking today because I feel like I'm burning at both ends right now and trying to stay above water. But yeah, for the most part, I'm good. What about you?
I'm good. Honestly, listen, I took some mental time from work, so I'm good. I needed that, and honestly, I feel relaxed. I feel at peace. So
we love that. We love peace.
I don't have a therapy session today, but soon. But I'm
Soon
good.
and very soon.
Listen, 3 black men in therapy. Isn't that wonderful?
I love that.
Wonderful.
Well, last week we talked about imposter syndrome, being delusional, which was a controversial word. But and in the midst of that, somehow we got into like fandom and stuff like that. So I actually wanted to talk about that a bit more because I find the whole fan versus stan culture very interesting. And I want to know, like, have you guys been a part of anything? And, just I want to know more about it. And also, too, just recently, I actually rewatched Swarm again. Have you guys seen Swarm?
I've seen Swarm. Is it I saw Swarm or if I've seen Swarm? Which one is it?
I saw Swarm.
I saw.
I think it's yes, I've seen Swarm. I saw Swarm. I think as I've seen.
I've seen
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it sounds even better too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Whatever. Sorry.
well, first of all, how did you guys feel about that show?
You can go first, Daryl. Or you want me to go first?
No, I don't mind. It's just, he just said you can go first. I was like, ooh.
No, just for that, Nikki, go first.
There we go. Yeah.
Wow. I thought it was an okay show. I mean, I wasn't like, oh, this is amazing. I thought the plot kind of felt the same after each episode. It was just like a different murder or a different act of violence she was committing for the same purpose. But for the most part, I thought it was a pretty okay show.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good. I thought Dominique Fishback, that's her name? Dominique
Don't get
Fishback.
me to lying.
Dominique.
Dominique.
I think it's Fishback. Phenomenal. She was really good. I thought it was great social commentary on stan culture. I guess that's what you call it. In fandom, and I agree with I agree with the for lack of a better word, message that they were trying to get across. I completely agree with that. And I think that it should be required viewing for Gen Z. Actually, it's not even Gen Z, right? Like it don't even have to be really Gen Z.
I think it could have been millennial too. Honestly,
Why are you saying require viewing for Gen Z?
It should be. I shouldn't have said Gen Z. We're gonna run that one back. But it should be required viewing for anyone that engages in pop culture, stan wars, entertainment, but like low-key kind of crazy and cult-ish behavior. I think that it should be required viewing, even though there's no way to enforce that. But yeah, because these people, I ain't gonna do too much about it because, like, honestly, I do not care enough to get anybody coming at me with any negative comments. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care. I truly don't give a fuck. I don't care.
You don't care about what?
I don't care about fandoms. I don't care about y'all queens or whoever. I don't care about none of that. It's perfectly acceptable, normal, and great to like an artist. That's great. And even to admire them, to be inspired by, to even in some ways emulate part of their lives or whatever, that's great. But moving that in any way, shape, or form into the real world where your actions have real world consequences and like spewing all this hate online on behalf of an artist and like doing crazy shit on behalf of an artist, I think that like I can give you a pass for that if you're under the age of 18 and that's being lenient. But like if you're an adult and you're doing this shit, like grow up. It's like you've never met this artist, you've never met this person, you don't know this person from a can of paint, and you over here like attacking people on the internet, spending hours and hours.
What is
Some
your
people
problem
feel-
with these people?
Because
Some people feel connected. Like I'm saying,
I
like,
get that.
to like on another level of like connected. Like some people feel like they know these people personally.
and they should work on that. They should talk to someone and see what that's about.
Yeah, if you act like you know these people, there's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like people, they feel I truly do get like feeling connected to like an artist or a celebrity because I feel connected to certain artists. But it's like not even common sense, but people of an equal understanding of mental health and wellness, we all should understand that when we move beyond just having admiration and inspiration from an artist and we go to attacking people and like calling people's jobs and doing crazy stuff and like launching all out like wars against literal anyone that speaks against that artist, that is just like I don't think there's any space for that in a healthy society at all. And I think that we need to like, I do think that it's somewhat like kind of congratulated. Like, I think that we get so hyping like the Beehive, the Barbs, the dolls, the what?
Who are the dolls?
I don't know. I said, is Madonna?
That was
Is
Madonna supposed to be the dolls?
Why would Madonna be the doll?
Did I just lie?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, somebody is
Let me
the
check
dolls.
What Madonna's is called. Is somebody the dolls?
But no, I think that we do live in a culture where like it's kind of celebrated. People love being a part of that. It builds community. Like that is celebrated. But even like how sometimes Nicki Minaj fans do certain things and like how Beehive does certain things and like and then it gets lambasted all over social media. To me, that kind of feels like we're celebrating it in a way. Like I feel like it's maybe celebrate is not the word, but it definitely feels like it is like feeding culture in a way that not everyone views as negative.
Madonna, just by the way, is her fans call them, or she calls her fans rebel hearts.
That's stupid. Moving right along.
All right.
It is. So you're saying that you're not like a fan. Okay, so let's break the difference down between stan
'cause there's
and
stan
fan. So are you a stan or are you a fan?
I don't know the difference. What is a stan?
I think what you were describing were like stans.
Like taking it to the next. Like, so a fan is like, I think is a little bit more just like you can say I'm a fan of this person. Like I can say I'm a fan of SZA.
Yes.
I appreciate her like artistry, her lyricism, her, you know, her music and things like that. And you're good there. Like I'm like, I will go support her like at a concert. I will support a show or whatever she may be doing. Like I'm a fan. Stan is taking it to the next level in the sense of I feel like going deep involved and like, again, thinking that you know the artist, know the person.
I will also add that they can do no wrong. They person
like
can do no wrong.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a stan of anyone.
Neither am I.
No, I wouldn't.
I feel that in order for me, like I feel like there's obviously a mental thing going on if I'm a stan of somebody to that point where it's just like illogical, right? Like that's obviously.
Yeah, it says a stan is more intensely obsessed and actively involved in the fandom compared to a regular fan.
Because let me tell you something. At the end of the day, I am paying their bills. They're not paying mine. So I'm not obsessed with anything you do.
I love that you said that because that's the thing too. I'm like, we're actually helping them.
Exactly.
Not
We're their
really much-
employers.
Exactly, because it's not much.
Not employers.
I mean, I guess what we're gaining from it is the entertainment part, but we're not. They're not putting any money in my bank account.
They're taking money out of my pocket.
Absolutely.
The amount of money that one woman took out of my pocket last year was absolutely ridiculous.
She
honestly,
who should not be named.
Beyonce. The thing about that though is that like this is a little bit off, but we can get back. But like that was a whole different like I feel as a person who has been a fan of Beyonce since like literally like first like self-titled Destiny's Child album.
98, 97?
Baby, was it 97? Wow.
I think.
I mean, it probably was. But anyway, as a fan of someone who has been a fan of Beyonce since then, I think that last year was definitely more of a cultural thing than a referendum on Beyonce and her music. Because I feel like it became the event for people to go to, and like it became such a huge thing of culture that I personally know people that are not crazy fans of Beyonce that still went to the Renaissance concert because it was just like a thing that you're supposed to do now.
Yeah, that lady had y'all looking like aluminum foil.
You say y'all?
I didn't wear silver.
Well, first of all, you say that like it's a bad thing.
I said what I said. Yeah, foil.
If you can't do it, don't hate on people.
It's not that I can't do it. I just refuse to be cooking in July
Let me tell y'all something.
in hot plastic.
Let me tell y'all something. Nikki Floyd's views do not express. I'm just kidding. But I genuinely loved it. I thought it was creative. I never judge people for what they look like, even if they look like, you know,
foil.
What Nikki would say foil. I was like, listen, that's your foil, and you wear it how you wear it. And
Xenon.
I thought it was great. Like in my lifetime, I don't think I've experienced like a cultural concert that was able to like unite people the way it did.
I would say it was very. It felt very like community.
It did. That concert did feel like I was at a cookout, like during the intermission part.
And I feel like no one was judging anyone. Like everyone wore.
Well, Nikki
all
was
different-
judging.
I wasn't judging anyone. I just said Beyonce had people out here looking like foil, and there's a lot of that.
I mean,
That's fair.
Aluminum.
It's true. You did, but even in the midst of that, I don't think anyone was like, you know, it wasn't like hate or like you know bad energy. I feel like everyone was like in good spirits there, and I feel like, you know, all of her shows, she didn't really have any like drama or anything.
I mean,
like
unless
that.
you were the reason for the failed mute challenge that day. But other than that,
I mean, I was at one of the concerts that over our heads.
well, that wasn't fair because we didn't know that it was like. I went to one. I went to two. Obviously, I think we all went to two. But like the first one I went to was in Toronto, and it was towards the earlier part of the tour, and people muted, but it wasn't like everybody did it. But by the time we got to New York, though, I mean, there were still like the stragglers, but like by the time we got to New York was really good. I feel like New York was good.
I didn't go to the same show y'all went. I went the day before y'all in New York.
You talking about New York is good in the sense of the mute challenge, or just
The mute challenge.
as the crowd?
Oh, also the crowd, but mostly the mute challenge.
I went the London. I don't know. Honestly.
London. Oh no one.
I mean, they didn't really know the new album.
Wait, they didn't know the album.
No, so
They
we
didn't
were
really know Renaissance.
Like
album.
Jordan and I were at like towards the front of the stage, and like just people around us. No one is singing a single.
They knew the old song. Like
The old songs
her
they knew.
older songs they
Yeah.
knew, but
I mean, like I said, it was a cultural moment, and people came because they knew that Beyonce had a concert and they wanted to come, and
Yeah.
it was you have to come.
Yeah,
and
it
she
was
brings out the folks, and people pay the money. And again, going back to the whole fan stand thing, like I think that's even something too, like how much you're willing to pay to see someone. And I know like people paid a lot of money.
Baby, people paid
You know what?
thousands of dollars.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Obviously, I don't think you should be going above your means to do this, right? Like I do. Obviously, I believe that, and actually, I might even
You mean
have
like
a
taking
little
out loans and
leniency
stuff to go see the
I don't think you should be taking out
People
loans.
skipping rent.
I don't think you should
Some
be.
people have.
Like I just want to lay the baseline that you should not be doing anything that's going to put you in direct emotional or physical duress to get tickets to Beyonce.
That's stand level though.
That being
That is
said,
fair.
I think there's room for the idea that it's okay to spend money on singular experiences. Like I think that it is okay if you overindulge a little bit because this is something that you feel like you'll never do again in your life, and it was a moment you can look back on and be like, "Oh, I remember that." Like it's a lived experience. So I actually don't judge people when they do things like that. But again, the level being like understandably that there's some things that you shouldn't be doing just to go to a concert.
And everyone's ceiling is different. I mean, some people, $10,000 was nothing to them.
Yeah,
a lot of
I
money.
could not imagine.
Okay,
paying-
how much? Okay, I know I think most artists have stopped doing this, but like, if your favorite artist was doing the VIP meet and greet, how much would you be willing to pay for that artist? You don't have to say the artist if you don't want to.
I think you need to say the artist because like your meet and greet price shouldn't be this person's meet and greet.
Well, there will
Listen, they're gonna be. Everybody's gonna be at a price.
Because one of the artists we talked about last week, her meet and greet price was $7,000.
I don't know.
What were you talking about?
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh,
I mean, I don't have nothing to say about that.
I mean, hey, that's a price. That's for sure.
I
I'm
feel
not
like that's
paying-
probably common though. Like that price probably feels
I mean, she's a a legendary
for
person.
like A-list stars that feel like
Yeah, she's an A-list.
that feels kind of standard. Like because concert like some of the seats are $4,000, so it's like you know what I mean. Like a VIP experience feels like $7,000 for Jennifer Lopez feels like that. Makes
Okay,
sense.
how about
That feels
how
like a
about
lot
this?
to me for Jennifer Lopez.
It feels like a lot to you for Jennifer
Dude,
Lopez.
somebody else would be like,
Somebody that
I
loves
get
Jennifer
that.
Lopez.
Somebody else is like, that could have been somebody's like idol from like
Right.
childhood up and watched her, because JLo's had a very long career.
Yes.
So I feel like, people probably were like, man, this is somebody I really looked up to. And $7,000 is nothing to that portion. But anyway, back to the question.
Okay.
How much would you be willing to pay for, like, and even too, I'll even say this, they can be dead or alive.
For my favorite artist,
Yeah,
can I tweak it?
sure.
I'm for someone I consider like legendary.
Sure.
That's what I would pay a meet and greet price for. And I would say 5 to 10.
Okay. Who's the artist?
Like I would pay that for like MJ. I would pay that for like Whitney, Beyonce, like those people.
Okay.
I would pay that amount of money to do a meet and greet with those people.
Michael Jackson for sure. Like, I mean, I think you said all people that I feel like that would be reasonable.
Would you do-
You said
5 to 10.
who would be the 10? Michael?
Michael.
Okay.
I actually agree with everything he said.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah,
we're all on agreement there.
I think-
they're legendary people. So
yeah, like to get the opportunity to meet Michael Jackson, like to spend like 5-10 minutes with him, just to like because he is in my opinion the original culture shifter for like music, and just to look at him and like talk to him and think about his process and how much of a perfection he is, like it would be that for me.
yeah, I would add probably like Prince in mine a little bit too, but
No, I don't know. Y'all see, y'all need Jesus. Y'all so used
All I
to
heard was,
people. Y'all so used to people being shady. I said in agreement, and you thought I was being shady.
I had to clarify. I was like, wait, what's the beef? You know?
No. First of all, you will never catch me talking. First of all, no one should speak negatively about Prince when it comes to
that man's
his
an artist.
musicianship. Like that's you're like I don't like poof be gone from this earth if you do that. That's how I feel.
I'll probably add Jay-Z to that list too.
No, you wouldn't.
No,
you would not.
Let me tell you why.
Dude, you know what?
You would not. That's a lie.
So last night we played a game called I Know You Fucking Lying. Shout out to Terrell. And it's a game where you essentially go around and you like. So for example, one of the cards was Jay-Z songs. The category is music. Jay-Z songs, and you have to go around and say, I can name one, I can name two, I can name three. Nikki pulled the card. Did I pull the card or did Nikki pull the card? I can't remember.
I didn't pull that card.
Okay, I think
you
pulled
pulled it.
And I said I can name one. I think Nikki couldn't even name.
No, it went all the way back
went
around.
It went around.
It ended up at 4.
Oh, it ended at 4?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you buzzed it on me.
Yeah, because I knew the way he was looking. I was like, I don't think he can name, that many. Meanwhile, Nikki could name one.
Not even Nikki could not name one Jay-Z song. Well,
Daryl, you even gave him a melody.
I did. I gave him the melody to Big Pimpin'. He could not name one Jay-Z song. So for him to sit on this podcast,
What did you say the melody was too?
talk about he would pay $5,000 to $10,000 for Jay-Z's VIP experience.
And you don't even know.
And you can't even. If you went to his concert, you wouldn't even know any of the music.
Well, let me explain to you why I would pay $5,000-$10,000 for Jay-Z. It wouldn't be.
This is gonna be a business mindset.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It is a business thing. Jay-Z is a great businessman. If I can get 10 minutes to ask him all my questions and get answers. That's to me, that's an investment. I ain't studying music because I don't know it.
Nah, I ain't studying.
I ain't studying music, but like it'll be for business for Jay-Z.
Okay.
I don't know his catalog. Shoot me.
Pew, pew.
Wow.
All right. So now what? Now remember that Azalea Banks where she was like,
Yes.
Oh my God.
He's like, they said you make music for the gay community. She said, I do. So now what?
I just love disrespect.
Azalea Banks. I love Azalea Banks. Actually, I don't. That's why I like her music.
So, are you a fan of Azalea Banks?
I'm a fan of her music. Yes.
Okay.
Her music is good. Her as a person, I don't know her, but she be doing some problematic stuff, and I'd be like, you know what? I can support your music and just like let you stay over there.
I got a question. Have y'all ever cried over an artist?
Cried.
Like when you see like the videos of like.
I'll give you an example of something I cried about with an artist.
Okay.
When Aaliyah died.
Okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
My mama cried when Michael Jackson died, and
My
it was
mama did too.
My mama, I'll never forget. I was getting her oil changed, and I was driving her car, and she calls me like in a panic, like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "Nikki, Michael gone." I said, "Michael who?" She said, "Michael Jackson." I said, "Girl, you know that one, you know that man." Like, she was like distraught.
With Michael Jackson.
And is that a level? Is that a stan or is that a fan?
She said Michael Jackson was her boyfriend when she was growing up, so I think she was
That's a little delusional.
she crazy.
Your mother said that?
Yes.
Wow.
Because they couldn't listen to secular music, so they had to sneak and listen to Jackson 5. But all of my aunties had a boyfriend of the Jackson 5, and my mama's was Michael.
When Michael Jackson died, my mom, she kind of did the same thing. Like she was really upset. She was crying. I was like, dang, like I'm sorry, like it sucks. And then I will never forget my aunt Bernadine. It's her sister, and she called her and she was like, we're going to Bernadine's house. So we get in the car and go to her house, which is like 5 minutes away. My mom gets out of the car, and my aunt Bernadine opens the door and holds her hands out like Celie and Daddy. And she just goes, and she's like, it was too soon. It was too soon. She's like, he's looking down on us. He's looking down on us.
Y'all don't know these people.
I was like,
y'all don't.
I looked at my brother, and we were just like, this is crazy. Like, is this for real right now?
It makes you think like, were they part of the family at some point?
Right.
Like,
and my mom actually yelled at me one time for speaking I wasn't speaking against Michael Jackson, but like I was basically they were watching like something about Michael Jackson like on TV, and I happened to be home, and I was like, yeah, but I mean like I had mentioned like what he was accused of, and like being like, well, we don't really know what's going on or whatever, but like I think that there was obviously like some whatever. I ain't getting into that. But my mom was like, you're not talking negative against Michael in this house. You're not talking negative against him. He didn't do none of that stuff. And I was like, Mom.
Girl, calm
I was like,
down.
Mom, chill. Now, first of all, I just have to say, don't none of y'all be in no comments talk about my mama. Don't none of y'all do that.
Yes.
I'm going to just say that right now.
No family slander.
No
here.
family slander.
Yeah, but our parents both were a little delusional.
They were a little delusional.
I was going to say, I was trying to think of my parents. No, like, when Michael died, my mom was like, "Wow, that's a shame." But she was like, "I saw it coming." I was like, "Ooh,
Ooh, no, that's not. If I could gaze into the future, like,
Not your mama Raven.
I mean,
Right.
she just, I mean, the more in the sense of like, she was just like, so much has happened to him. She just felt like it was like inevitable that it wasn't, he wasn't doing well. And then like when Prince died, and again, they were like huge Prince fans. I don't think they didn't have reactions like that. And I think, again, my only reaction was, I think Aaliyah, and the other one I had a reaction to was Kobe. Because
Kobe was sad, but I got into an argument when Houston died because we were. It was my cousins and I. We were in a van heading to a church event, and like I saw on Twitter, I was like, "Yo, Whitney died." And my cousin, ain't nobody said that. I'm like, "Girl, I'm reading it." And so it was a whole like full blown argument because people did not believe that like Whitney Houston died. But that also shocked me when Whitney died.
it was because it came out of nowhere. That death was to me out of nowhere.
Well, it did come out of nowhere. It was shocking, but like, wasn't she like at Clive? It was like she was going to.
She was going to the went to the Clive Davis Grammy party.
She was during the Grammys, right?
Yeah, she's going to perform somewhere, but she died in the bathtub of the hotel.
Yeah, that was definitely shocking.
But then her daughter died the exact same way.
That was more shocking.
Oh, so you're saying Whitney wasn't shocking?
I'm saying that no one goes to sleep and wakes up expecting to hear that a celebrity that they love died.
Of course.
However, when you hear it, you immediately go, okay, this is probably what happened. And I think that's a fair assessment considering how she had lived her life.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, this is about to sound problematic.
You love to ride the fence.
I'm sorry, but like, I was expecting to hear Whitney Houston died of an overdose. Drowning is what shocked me. But
Yeah, but
the
Wasn't
drowning
the overdose part of it?
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't hear that at first. We had to wait till the autopsy report came out for
I'm
that.
gonna be honest. I actually, and we don't have to get too into this because I'm going all the way left with this. But like, I feel like it's crazy that we're not, specifically human beings and celebrities, are not afforded autonomy with how they die. Like, why do we as the public deserve to know how Whitney Houston died? Like, why do we need to literally know?
Yeah, that should be a private matter.
That feels like it should be very private.
I mean, Luther Vandross.
Oh wow, yeah.
How did he die?
That's true.
I thought you said that because of what was recently.
That's why.
Right, I was gonna say,
That's why I'm saying it. So
Yeah.
So basically, for anyone who doesn't know, Madonna on her tour was like putting up a bunch of like AIDS people who died of AIDS. And then Luther's picture popped up, but it had never been revealed how Luther died. People just say he died from complications of a stroke he had 2 years ago, and like that was a story. But yeah, but people. Like you said, we aren't entitled to that.
We are not. I think it's so weird that they even give us that information.
I guess because they're public, they kind of it's because they're public figures, but it's still, to me, I feel like there should be a limit to that kind of thing. I get they're public figures, and I get people want to know, like, how did this person, but I feel like it's invasive.
Yeah, because it also like taints their legacy. Like I had no clue like Prince was taking pills, or MJ was taking pills, and to like for that to be
things we shouldn't have known,
right? Like it really taints their legacy a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I won't say it changed their legacy, but I could say that it definitely it disillusions us a little bit. It don't take the legacy from me because people are people, they're gonna people. So like I'm not.
Let me give you a counter to that though. Saying you in elementary school you doing a report on Michael Jackson. You have to report how Michael Jackson died. Now these kids who don't know this man, his music and all of that, they're going to see him as a drug addict.
First of all, literally no report when you're in elementary school is going to tell you to say how somebody died.
When you talk about a person's life, I get that.
You'd say they died at the age of whatever in this year. You wouldn't say like they died of this unless it's something that like if that was the way they died, that's just not something I would say out loud. I would just say they died this way.
So you would have the wherewithal as an 8-year-old to know that?
Yeah. Like
I wouldn't.
I feel like saying in front of a class like, "Oh, he died because of his dependency on drugs." Well, that's actually not how he died, though. Like, wait, you said Prince, not Michael Jackson. My bad. I was like, Michael Jackson didn't die from drugs.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. He died from propofol. He was getting
That's a drug.
but that's not. But it's not like
He was.
Well, they, you know.
He was using it to sleep.
He was using it to sleep.
And he was like abusing it.
I guess what I'm saying is like he wasn't like. I mean, I guess that is what that is. But I just was thinking of it in a different way.
Yes.
But I guess that is what it is. Anyway, what were we supposed to be talking about?
Fans and stands.
Okay.
But you know, again, I was going to go to like towards like the mental side of it too, and even too, I was actually going to tell a little bit on my end. So with me, I definitely was in a place before where there would be artists that I like or people that I would like, and I would defend them down and be like, I actually found myself being like, wait, why am I getting upset because this person doesn't like this artist or doesn't see what I'm hearing, you know, this vision and things like that. And then again, I grew up, you know, so I'm like, and I realized like it's not that deep, it's not that deep. But again, it does happen. People get into like heated conversations. Sometimes people don't talk for weeks to people for certain stuff. I think that's a little over the top.
That's crazy.
But it happens because people feel this connection to this artist, and then I sometimes I'm like, where are we blurring the lines of like, is this like a mental thing? Is this like I even heard some people say online that it's like a brainwashing. I was like, wow, this is a lot. Like, you know, that can be tied to. I know it sounds crazy, but some people think
it is. I mean, and I think it's actually healthy to be close to people who don't necessarily like your favorite artist. Like one of our close friends,
like having some opposition.
Yeah, one of our close friends. I'm like, we're gonna have her. We're gonna have her on the podcast.
Oh, what is
Kaisha?
How you gonna say?
I know what this is
Kaisha, I love you. I love you down. You know this. Everyone love Kaisha down. But she's not a fan of Jasmine Sullivan.
How do you know she wants people to know that?
Because she would tell you.
Okay, well, what would you do? Well, okay.
I mean, we can have her talk about it on the podcast. But I mean, everyone has their thing. Like another of my friends, he is like Jill Scott is his Beyonce. Like, and he is like Jill Scott is that for him. And I think and I'm like, I like Jill Scott, but I don't get that. But I think it's healthy to be friends with people who don't necessarily share the same
part
of the fandom with you. Because when Kaisha told me like why, she said she likes Jasmine's voice at times, she likes some of her music, but she's not like a fan, and she explained her rationale why. I'm like, okay, I get it, because I can say the same thing about some other people that I'm not a fan of. Mm-hmm. A lot of people that I'm not a fan of. Moving right along.
No, I actually think that like I actually on some level understand, and like when you were like, because if I'm acting like this right now, but like if I really think about it, like when I was younger, I did used to get like emotionally, and younger being like maybe no older than 14 or 15.
With who? What artists?
Oh God. So there were a few. The one that
I love to hear this.
So when I was younger, I used to be obsessed, and it's actually really funny. I used to be obsessed with Christina Aguilera.
Wow,
I did, and
I
I
was
think
not expecting that.
And I'm gonna be right because I mean, that did not last very, very long because I like her now, but I'm not like crazy about her. But when I was younger, there was this overemphasis on Britney Spears being this huge pop star that everyone was just trying to like be the next Britney Spears. But I felt like Christina Aguilera was like, if not equal, above her. You know what I mean? And there was this guy in my class. I don't want to say his name, but like. He was obsessed with Britney Spears, and I don't know if I was just trying to be
not
contrary.
the Britney Christina war.
It really was, and I'm like, I don't know if I was just trying to be contrary or like sometimes I like to develop alternative opinions just because I don't like to go with everyone else. But I did truly think that Christina Aguilera was like the best pop star out, and I just didn't know why she wasn't getting the same recognition that everybody else, well, Britney Spears was. And so one day me and him get into this huge argument about it, and I'm just like, Christina sings, Britney can't even sing. And then I was like, what a girl wants. Name a song better than that from Britney's catalog. Like,
This was intense.
That was
like, and we were going back and forth, and he was like, Britney Spears had the best Pepsi commercial this in the United States. And I was just like, wow. First of all, if my parents heard me arguing about this, they would disown me. They would just be like,
and rightfully so.
Take it back. And here's the thing, like, I promise you, I was like 10 or 11. I was 11 because I was in 6th grade. Specifically, he was only in grade with me 1 year, but I remember specifically that. So like, I get it. Like, there was like definitely an emotional connection. I feel like it could be, though. I genuinely think sometimes that this happens because people connect to like their stories, and it becomes something that like they see mirrored in their own lives. Like I would say the only person right now that I actually like am such a fan of that like I'm like, I really hope you don't ever do no super, super problematic stuff is Beyonce. And I felt that way about her forever. But Beyonce also reminded me so much of like my cousins that could also sing. Beyonce reminded me of my friends at church that could also sing, because when she came out, she was relatable and she was just like part of this girl group. And I became obsessed with her and how hard she worked and like how good she was. And so like, I relate to Beyonce on that level, and I feel like I've grown up with her and her music and her like the way she changes things. So like, part of me feels emotionally connected to her because that's been something that's been constant through my life that I've had to like seek refuge in certain times. So I can kind of get how you can be. Nah, I ain't doing nothing too crazy over her,
but you might go, toe to toe a little bit on a conversation if somebody tries to.
I will, but it's not because it's Beyonce. It's because like I feel super passionate about the fact that a lot of people feel like she's underrated because she's a black woman, and if she was a man, people would not say she was underrated. And I feel like
people feel Beyonce's underrated.
People feel overrated.
Overrated.
Sorry.
Oh, overrated.
I'm going to say overrated. The amount of people that
underrated.
The amount of people that I see comment and saying she's overrated, and it be black people too. Like it don't just be white folks.
Oh no, I'll be like, there's plenty of black people.
You can say you don't like her music. You can say, but it just bothers me that she is just one of the most successful women in the world, and she's a black woman, and we can't like. So we have to find a negative to attach to her. Like we can't. Like I get that nobody's perfect, nobody's infallible, but like. I love the fact that this black woman has defied all the odds and she is who she is. And I want to celebrate that. I want to celebrate her. So I'm not doing it just because it's Beyonce. I'm doing it because like, I don't like I don't know. I just think overall it's like a bigger thing.
I get it. I have a controversial one that I supported for a very long time. Somebody that I was like literally, it was like, I was like, damn it, I gotta let it go. But he was somebody that like
Chris
kind of like influenced Chris Brown. No.
Oh.
He was somebody that like influenced me when I was like in middle school into high school. Like he influenced like my fashion.
Good. He is building this up.
No, because it's a person now that everyone's definitely rolls their eyes at and just like
Kanye.
Exhausted.
No,
but he was somebody.
I feel that.
But he was somebody though, for a while. That I kept like I was like, you guys know his mom died. It was like so many different things that I just kept going down a list of, and to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta let it go. I still love what he's given me musically in the past. Can't really talk about so much presently, but in the past I love what it brought to me. But it was like still that thing where I was like, I was defending it. I was like, I'm defending Kanye. Kanye is like, I think he's a genius and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, and also too, that's where my thing is too. Cause I know there's some people that defend problematic artists. Like I have some family members that will not, until this day, will not let R. Kelly go. So, it just is what it is.
But are you saying are you saying that they're defending R. Kelly as a person, or they just will still listen to his music?
I ain't calling nobody out, but I'm saying in all facets.
Okay. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing about your family. So
and again, I'm not. It's not anyone that's like, it's not to the extent of like agreeing with some of the stuff he did, but just saying like, it was more on the lines of like, we don't know the whole story.
Right.
That
And
kind
some
of stuff.
people like that. It's hard for some people to say that this thing happened if they didn't see it.
Exactly.
And that's
So
valid.
That's
That's
probably,
what it
that
is.
makes sense. Like, I mean, I can't say that Michael Jackson was a sexual abuser because I haven't seen that. Now, R. Kelly,
You ain't seen
I ain't
it
seen it either, but like, it's believable.
So what I'm
He
hearing
married-
is that what I'm hearing is that you pick and choose.
No,
when
no,
you
no.
decide.
It's not-
See,
it's not-
that's the other
But
part of
here's
it
the
too,
thing,
picking and
if you,
choosing.
If you are doing that, that's okay. I think it's okay.
I mean,
Humans
he
are
married
humans.
Aaliyah when she was like 15, and like, there's a record for that. So like that gives
I hear
pedophilist
that.
behavior to me.
I hear that. You said pedophilist.
Pedophile-ish.
Oh. Let's bleep that one out. But no, I see what you're saying. I mean, obviously, like I am not a defender of R. Kelly, Robert Kelly. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah, Daryl's ADD is out of control.
It is.
It's on a roll today.
He
I'm
said-
actually going to call this episode Side Conversations.
I mean, baby. He said he was getting interviewed with Gail King. He was like, they said I hog tied a woman. I don't know how to hog tie people. Why would I hog tie?
What is wrong with you?
I cannot.
What's wrong with this man?
Anyway,
Okay.
Wow.
that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It was something.
Nick, I felt like you were about to say something. Or
I don't have anyone that's not true. Anyway, I don't have like a major pop person that I was like.
so there's no one that you defended on the cross for.
When I was a kid, I mean,
No, not the kid.
I about to say,
we're not
'cause
counting you as a kid.
I about to
'cause-
say, as a kid, it was a
but
battle
I'm like
between
now,
Dorinda and Karen.
But I'm like now, would there be anyone that you go like?
No, everyone has faults, and I think that to me, I think that keeps a fan healthy and not and becoming a stan, because you need to say, like, for example,
Be realistic.
be realistic. Like, I love Usher, not necessarily like his last album. I'm just being honest. I liked Chris Brown growing up. That 43 song album turned me off. I was like, I'm not listening to this. I like Beyonce. We talked about this yesterday. I don't like Hip Hop Star. I think it's a terrible song. I'm also not a fan of Hold Up. Like, it's just,
That's crazy.
it's the truth. But I mean, I'm a big fan of Jasmine Sullivan. Don't like Price Tag. So like, I like to make sure that there is.
Yeah, because I feel like there's some people that feel like no matter what song, anything they can do no wrong. All the artists that I love, they got something that I'm like, nah, but like
Them
I
damn
still fuck with you
Swifties.
though. Who?
Them damn Swifties.
Yeah. I think I've staunchly gone against Taylor Swift in my private conversations, but I actually think I might be a little bit of a Swiftie. Like I actually had that thought yesterday when we were in the car, because I was like, wait, I do actually like a considerable amount of her music. So anyway,
In the car, in the back of the car, and it got it.
I don't care what you say. Taylor Swift makes good music. I don't think
Taylor Swift makes fine music.
She makes good music. I don't think that we've already talked about this, so I ain't gonna go too far into it. But I think the reason why I think my aversion to Taylor Swift is not about her specifically, but it's about how she is perceived in the music industry against people that I feel have the pedigree to be considered bigger than her, but aren't. And they're oftentimes black artists. They're not always.
I'm going to say this. This may be controversial, but I really don't care. Taylor Swift is basic in everything she does. And there are basic white artists out here that we enjoy. Britney Spears is a basic white artist.
Wow.
But at least she can perform. Tell me one thing Taylor Swift does well besides writing, because there are plenty of people who can write music really well that aren't famous.
Well,
I'm waiting.
I like her music.
That's not what I asked you. Tell me one thing she does well besides writing. When it
She
comes
could-
to being an artist, a performer, a singer, a dancer.
She connects to her audience.
Yep.
But okay, in Delusion,
I don't think it's
No, I don't
delusion.
think that.
No, it's
I actually
not.
don't think that part's delusion.
I sat on a call with someone who went to the Beyonce concert, the Renaissance tour, and also went to the Eras tour.
Well-
and out of her mouth, she said Taylor was far more incredible.
Okay,
But again,
They're
though,
Renaissance.
see, here we go.
That's
now
delusion.
we're connecting.
That's delusion.
And I love when we're about to wrap up. We're connecting the conversation to how it started. Again, with that though, that goes into I'm sure she is a fan of Taylor Swift. I'm sure she likes Beyonce, but I'm sure she's the fan. The connection is Taylor Swift. Because again, there's a lot of people that love Beyonce, but they don't feel connected to her music. And Taylor Swift, since she is a songwriter and creates stories, people feel connected to that.
And
So
Taylor Swift is also very like, her music is incredibly personal. So you feel like you know her through her music. Beyonce's music is not.
And people don't feel like they know Beyonce.
Okay, can I ask a question before we wrap this up? Would you say that she's one of the best singer, songwriter, storytellers that we have? Take out the singer.
No, I'm actually
One of
gonna,
the best?
No, I'm actually going to say yes to all three of those. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I think that there's a difference between a singer and a vocalist. I think a singer tells stories through song. A vocalist is an art is skilled at using their voice as an instrument. Those are two different things. So as a singer telling a story through song, Taylor Swift is one of the best. I think we can.
Who would you?
No, I ain't gonna. I would
give
say,
me some people to put up there with her, and you're one of the best categories.
I see,
and then I'm coming to you next.
I'm saying one of the best in this generation of music. To me, the best is Joni Mitchell. But I'm not going to put Taylor Swift and Joni Mitchell on the same. Like, that seems crazy to me. But if I'm putting Taylor Swift against like Priscilla Renee or
Money Long.
Money Long. If I'm putting her against Meghan Trainor, honestly, who is a great pop songwriter. If I'm putting her against these people, I do think she's one of the best, like, singers, songwriters.
You?
What's the question? So I can make sure I answer this correctly.
Are you putting Taylor Swift in the category as one of the best singer-songwriters in this generation? We're gonna boil it down to that.
I think she's in it. Yeah, I do. I think so because the like I said, the one thing that I can say about her is that she knows how to be very personal with music and have people connect to that. Like, again, you playing that song yesterday, Betty, I was like, who the fuck is Betty? But at the same time, if you're listening to the story of it, you're like, okay, like, this is well written. I'm not necessarily connected to all of it, but I'm like, I understand that part. But for me, again, I feel like, the songwriters of choice for me are different from her. I feel like, because for me, it's like James Fauntleroy. I actually think who's somebody that's low-key kind of underrated as a songwriter who writes her own music is Mariah Carey. I think she's a great songwriter.
Yes,
I would agree with that.
A lot of people don't even know
people don't put her in that. People just only use her as vocal.
Yeah, Mariah Carey is a great songwriter. But and like when I'm thinking of great songwriters, I'm thinking of people who tell stories. Mariah. I'm thinking of SZA. I'm thinking of Jasmine. Like, those people tell stories. Taylor Swift, she does tell stories, but also I'm also thinking of it. Taylor Swift music sounds a lot of the same.
She literally has a tour called Eras because her music sounded different throughout.
No, we watched the movie. After the first hour and a half, I was like, this sounds like the last 4 songs.
Yeah, but I don't think all of her music sounds the same. I think that she has pop music, she has country music, she has folk music. I don't think all her music sounds the same.
I said a lot of her music sounds the same. Even and I want you to do something else as well. Pull away the production and instrumentation and listen to just the melodies and the way she structures the songs.
But the thing about it is, like, that is musicianship. That's not necessarily a songwriter. I'm talking about a lyricist is what she is. Like, I'm not necessarily saying she's the most...
See, when I hear songwriter, I'm thinking of melody, I'm thinking of structure, I'm thinking of lyrics. So if you're saying, then you're saying she's a lyricist. You're not saying she's a songwriter.
I kind of want to say both, though. I want to say both because her music, like, there's a conversational quality to her music that is a skill. There's a conversational, like, it sounds like she's having a conversation through music. She's not just singing. You know what I mean?
Which to me, that's like country artists. Yes. That's what country artists do.
Yes. And that's why I stand folklore so much, because I think that, folklore is like...
you a stand.
Did I just say stand?
You did.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's what you said. You said those words out of your mouth.
And we're connecting it.
Yeah. I'm not, well, I guess I do. Well, based on our definition of stand, I don't stand folklore. And I'm not standing Taylor Swift, but I'm appreciating what she has to offer because I don't want to discredit, just because I don't think that she is, for the record, I think that Taylor Swift is probably about as basic of a vocalist as you can possibly get.
And performer.
I won't even say that because her audience loves the way she performs. There's a thing they connect to. Like, I connect to Beyonce because I appreciate her precision and her dance moves. I appreciate her dedication to the craft. I appreciate every detail that she put into her performance. If Taylor Swift just sings and dances and writhes around the stage and like does this and hey guys, if that's what she does and her audience connects to it, that is performance. It's just not the performance that we value. So I think that I'm not saying she's a bad performer. I think she's probably a good performer for her audience. I don't want to discredit her just because she's not necessarily our audience and just because she's being compared to people that we view more favorably.
People have said that Taylor Swift is the next Michael Jackson.
And I disagree with that.
I think when they were saying that, I think they meant in like the celebrity of it all, like how
and
big
that
she
I
is,
would agree with.
how massive she is. Because
you agree that Taylor Swift is the kind of celebrity as Michael Jackson?
I agree that the people use this
talent. We're not talking about.
I'm talking about celebrities because I have a question for you.
I would agree that Taylor Swift, as of now, I think is, if not right there, like right under the closest that we've ever seen, the level of celebritydom that Michael Jackson is. I think that in every corner of the world, there's people that know about Taylor Swift.
Okay, I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. There's 2 events happening. There's an all-black event and an all-white event. Taylor Swift goes to both events. What's happening?
In what sense?
She shows up. What happens at this event? At the all-black event, what happens when Taylor Swift shows up?
People still gonna know who the hell she is.
I know, but what are they gonna do when they see her?
Listen, okay. I see. This is a little tricky
because if MJ goes into both of these places, both places will lose their mind. Okay. I mean, if he's alive, not dead, MJ, because that's a different reason to lose your mind.
No, I know, but like, I mean, first of all, there could be. First of all, I'm not about to sit here and just like make us monolithic.
I'm not making us monolithic.
Don't like Taylor
Swift. I'm not making us monolithic.
I was going to say because Daryl's just a great example. Right. Because again, if Taylor Swift off the room, would you be a little bit starstruck by if you seen her or not?
Starstruck might be a reach, but I would be like, oh fuck, that's Taylor Swift. Like I'd be like, that's Taylor Swift.
Or you would have some kind of reaction.
What would you do if MJ walked in the room?
I'd be like, oh my, well, he's dead. But if he was alive and walked in the room, I would be like, oh fuck, that's MJ.
I mean, Michael Jackson would be like,
I would be a little bit more starstruck with not. I would be more in awe of Michael Jackson.
And that's my point. When you're comparing Michael Jackson and Taylor Swift, I'm thinking about the awe of these people.
That's for us, though. For plenty of her fans, probably the majority of her actual core fan base, if Michael Jackson were to walk into a room with her and then Taylor Swift, they would not be in awe of Michael Jackson. They would just be like, oh, cool, that's Michael Jackson. But Taylor Swift would be like the second coming of Jesus Christ. So, like, I hear the point that you're making, but one, it makes people into monoliths, and two, I think because you don't appreciate who she is, you can't see.
It's not that I don't appreciate her, because we listened to Folklore yesterday in the car.
You petty listened to it, and you begrudgingly listened to it.
Did I listen?
You actually only listened to 3 songs.
Yeah. I listened to 4 songs.
Okay,
and I actually thought one was nice.
That's not what he said. That's actually a lie.
The Bon Iver.
Bonnie Bear.
Whatever his name is.
And you complimented him, not
Taylor.
It's still her song. That's enough to get her.
Anywho, to wrap this up. And I love this because, again, this really showed me, again, like the difference of fans and who we, again, give passes to, non-passes to, whatever that case may be. Mm-hmm. But I think overall, I like what you said too. I think it's healthy to have like different, fans in your friend groups and things like that. And also too, like, cause again, I have healthy debates with my friends all the time about music and artists. So I like it. So
I think we respect all artists here. We just have our preferences.
Absolutely. And I think it's all of a preference thing, but I do feel like I just, make it clear. I am just, if anything, fans of people. I don't have a stand bone in my body for anyone. Mm-hmm. Love y'all down, but no. But anyway, Thank you so much. This was a fun one. I enjoyed, this discussion. And we'll definitely be back for more.
Yes.
yeah, so thank you again. This was Hell I Don't Know. My name is Jordan,
I'm Nikki.
I'm Daryl.
and we'll see you next time.